So natural language process with 9-bot telegram. This is a continuous study. However, due to time limitation, we will give a comprehensive course in the future. But you can see the documentation by the following. You can try it by the following. Now, do you remember what I was talking about before the class beginning? Just in the beginning of the course, I try to let you join the 9-bot, the AI psychological counselor. So now, what is the basic operation flow regarding the 9-bot? Here, 9-bot. The operation flow about the 9-bot consists of 3 parts. The first one is user here, user. Then the 9 server and the NLP server. So the most important thing you need to do is try to build an NLP server, and then you can let the user or your patient or your business to use 9-bot, the AI chatbot. So the flow chart is described in the slider. The first one, user just sent a sentence, "I love you so much," to the 9 server, here, to the 9 server. Then the 9 server will redirect the sentence that "I love you so much" to the NLP server. So this server is you must to build your own NLP server by yourself in your business, your company, or your laboratory, or your school. You have to build your own NLP server. Then the server will respond the analysis result to the 9 server. Yeah, and the 9 server will redirect or respond the result to the user. So this is the basic operation flow about these cases. So how to do it? It's very complicated. So I just use a lot of sliders to show how to do it. First one, if you want to build your own 9-bot, you have to log in the following URL, the following site here, the https developers.9.me / the console. I just show you how to do it. Again, because this is a very long, very time-consuming lesson to show how to build your 9. So here I just show how to do it by the slider, and you can use this slider to build your own 9 after the lesson, or maybe we can create a full lesson to how to build the 9-bot. Here I just want to demonstrate how to build it. The first one, login. Login. Control C. Here. Just login. And you can log in your 9 account. This is a 9 account. I think use barcode. Login. Okay. Then you can log into your console, your 9 developer console. The screen is here. Now this is the first step, and this is the second step. Register create your new 9-bot service provider. Just click here and create. Let me show you how to create. Just provider, click here and create here, and just create a new provider. For example, testing in Thai. Then click create. Now create. Now here is your new 9-baht service. I think it is too small, so you can see here. Just click Thai, and here testing. Sorry, testing in Thai, and just click here, testing in Thai. Now go back to a slider. Just click create a messaging API channel. Click here and draw down create a messaging API channel. Okay, then just go back to the slider. Set your channel name, channel description, category, subcategory, email address, and then create. Now I demonstrate how to do it. The first one will be enter the channel name, maybe Thai THAI in III.
Or TTAIC.
Or TPIC.
TTAIC.
TTAIC. And for TTAIC. Then enter the channel description. You can enter anything you want. For example.
Good.
And select a category. Sorry, this is all Chinese. Maybe you can see it in English. I select others. This means others media. Then the subcategory, you can select others. Also others media. The email address, you can type your own email address. So I think will be, this is my email address, and enter the policy URL. This is optional, and I have read the agreement, blah 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 blah. I have read and agreed to blah blah blah, and create. This is the agreement. Agree. So now this is your 9-baht. The 9-baht you have created. So this is set your your channel name, and you will find out the control panel for your new create 9-baht service here, and just here. This is a 9-baht service here. All you need is here, and just get your 9 secret token. This is used for the code. You need to remember it. This is a channel secret, and you have copied secret secret maybe text notebook secret, and just find out the message API, and remember the channel token, issue it, channel token, copy, and paste. This is a token. These two information will be used in the code, so you have to remember it, take a note of it. Then login, get your 9 secret token. This is channel secret, and this is channel token. Please click the issue. Remember this token below, and get your 9 secret encoded, and just add your 9-baht as friend. Just add 9-baht as your friend. So where is here? This QR code is your 9-baht account. You can just add it as your friend. Now you need to create a new just create a moment API. So the third one is most important. Remember, do you remember any that the Lightbar service? You have to create your server, and here is to indicate where is your server. Just click messaging API. Then here is webhook setting. This is where is your server. You just edit it and enter your server URL. So there because currently I do not have any service for this example. So please return to slider. Here is the URL of your server, and you need to verify it and use what with just click here. It will begin green. Then you need to here auto reply method. Try to make it disable. Maybe it's too small. I transform to here. The default value of the auto reply messages is enable. You need to change it to disable. This is sorry, this is Chinese. You have to disable.
They can select English, right?
Yeah.
Or
You can select in English because your line account, the line count language is English. Okay, and go back. I think you can go back. Oh, where to go back? Here. Oh. Then everything will be alright because after you set this URL. Then let's go back to the slider. So that's all the things you need. But remember, this is a very important one. You need to own a domain name, not a IP address. You need a domain name with HTTPS, HTTP security service. So please buy it or contact your computer service department. Otherwise, you may use NGROK service, which is here, NGROK service, which might be blocked by your company's security policy, but the NGROK service can provide you an HTTPS service by free. However, you also need to contact your computer service because this may be blocked by your computer security policy. So this is all the code for the Lightbar code regarding the AI psychological analyzer. And the most important one is here, I think. A moment. This code, from here to here, is try to loading the Lightbar SDK and the token. Here, you need to replace this word to the token. I think it will be here. This is the token that I just create. Press here, and then here is a secret. Too much.
It's normal.
It's too long. Control C, and this is your secret. Just copy it. This is too long. Then this is the code for the port, the door or the contactor that the Lightbar try to send message to your NLK server. Then the following is the translator. The following is the psychological analyzer. First one, try to translate your language to English. you can see this similar code in previous case, demonstration case. Then the translated language will be English, then input the English sentence to the text blob, and the text blob will, I think it will be much. First one, I just repeat it. The first one, you try to translate your language to English. Then the translated sentence, which is English, as the input to the text blob. Then you can get the corresponding sentiment polarity and the sentiment subjectivity. Also, you can just specify what language you want to return over here. Also, this code can be found in previous demonstration code. So, this is the final result here. You can type any language you want. And the AI psychological counselor will return your sentimental status. For example, tonight is a wonderful night. Okay, this is English or Chinese. And dot. So this is the corresponding psychological status of my mood. So this is a real-time demo, and somehow you can try it by yourself after the courses, or just ask our colleague to create a new lesson specifically for the line chart. Okay, let me conclude. You can, by the natural language processing, you can leave robotic things to NLP and try to keep creative jobs to human. Okay, thanks. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And because we have the rest of time, we can just move on to the Q&A session.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay.
Q&A
session. The question from Fortuna.
Fortuna, in medical already available and competent.
Okay. I read the question. Is multilingual?
Multi-language.
Okay.
Multiple language, I think.
Okay, it's multiple language AI psychological counselor already available and competent.
Of course, in some, just for my experience, I'm currently working for the AI medical treatment, especially for psychological counselor. In law or legal license now, there's no license, and so what are the functionality here, or functionality of AI counselor is for preliminary screening, especially in remote area, because in remote area there is no such as professional psychological nursing or counselor or doctor, even doctor. So on the community center, there's maybe some the basic nursing or some, I don't think the government or official. I just provide the line bot for the officer, and then officer will ask the remote people, the people in remote area, try to add the line bot as their friend. Then the people can type the sentence to the AI chatbot. The AI chatbot will return the sentimental analysis to the people. Then it will also return the psychological analysis result back to the professional doctor and nursing. Then the nurse or the professional doctor will see it, observe it, and pick one which one is need to care. Currently, it's a legal one to implement this psychological AI concept. However, it is not currently work for real world for the hospital. This is very difficult, but this is currently in Taiwan. We try to implement it in remote area or community center for the older people, for the something need to help, but there's no so many doctor. You can use it as this is this scenario.
So the further question, is it already client wholly licensed and where? I think you have already answered in this part. Okay, and which multiple language AI psychological counselor is the most up to date and recommend?
In my opinion, there is no such best or most up to date psychological counselor because this is currently developing, and I'm currently be many, I think the council to evaluate so many solutions, but currently there are many people try to develop it, and there is still no up to date recommended AI psychological counselor. And also, this is most important, as I said before, the language we use now may not suitable for 2 weeks after or 2 months after, because when times go by, the language we use here may be positive, but after 2 weeks, it will be negative. And you need to update your model continuously, and the model is only suitable for your country. The model I create in Taiwan is definitely not usable for your country, Thailand, and also it's not usable even I'm Chinese in Taiwan. The model is not suitable for Shanghai or Hong Kong because there are so many local language here. You have to design it localized. Locally, so currently there's still some very I think there is some market you can try to exploit or utilize this model for yourself.
Thank you. And next, the question from Chenny: is there any other AI language translator better than Google Translator?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course, because Google Translator is a new universal. It's universal for every area, but the problem is it is universal, not localized. So in Taiwan, there are many translators localized for Taiwan's people, and there are also localized translator in mainland China. In, for example, the Baidu, the translator. And also, in Thailand, there's also very good translator in Thailand to English. For example, Thai to English, you can type it Thai, THAI, 2,
1, 2, 3, 2.
English. So
two,
this is the module.
Number, right? The number.
The model name is Thai, THAI, 2, English. The model name. So this model is also very good. It depends on your area. So if you try to give some demonstration for your boss, you can just use Google Translator. However, you want to sell it, you have to find some localized translator for you.
Okay, very good question. And then the question from the Red Chat: what is the Python library for Google Voice translation?
I have to try to search for it, and I will give you the answer afterward. I have to translate it, but I have to search for it.
Okay.
But definitely there is some Python library for Google Voice translation. Yeah.
So we will, Doctor, you will reply after you make sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And the question will be update on Crow Lab. Okay.
So
I
is
think
there any questions in room or just raise your hand?
let me check. Okay. Oh, okay. The question from Vivian is the sentimental psychological counselor used often in retail nowadays?
Oh, of course, but not for retail. It's case by case. In China or in Taiwan or in UK, England, or in USA, there are so many sentimental analyzer, especially for election. In democracy society, the most earning job, the most money-making job is in election. So many people, if you want to try to campaign for the president or something committee representative, you need to find some company for any topic corresponding the emotional analyzing or psychological analyzer, and the election need this word, because when the computer he think of and find out a slogan, and you cannot just say the slogan, you have to testing the slogan. Then the slogan will be translated or the slogan need to send it to the psychological analyzer, and the analyzer will return the corresponding sentimental response. This is very important for the election. So yes, this is used often, but not in retail. But it's customized.
Okay. So the other question: how really AI process to know the intent of text, mapping input and output?
How really this is all the statistic result. You need to input the current words, which is negative, and a lot of words, a lot of sentence, which is identified by people, and you need to input as the training data. For example, you can find some negative sentence in maybe shopping store, online shopping store. You can find many negative comments, so you can use these comments as your training data as a negative sentence. Also, you can find out many positive sentence in shopping store, online shopping store, and store it as a training data for the positive sentence. Then just using the statistic model to build a model to identify what you input is negative or positive. This is all based on the statistic data and the comments, based on the comments you leave on the online shopping store or
while you're doing online shopping?
Online shopping, yes.
Yes.
Everything you leave in Facebook, everything you leave in
Like
forum, and the company or the researcher like me just collect this sentence from the website you leave message here.
Okay. So because our schedule is quite tight now.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost.
You can ask more questions, and I will answer you after the lesson.
Okay, so the rest of the question, no worries, we will collect it, and then doctor will reply you as soon as possible. So thank you, Dr. Chen.
Thank you.
Would you want to share something with us before the class dismiss?
I think the natural language processing is very localized, so you do not afraid the big company like Google, like Baidu in mainland China. You can just build your own technology, because only you know the localization. Only you know the requirement, the needs from your people. Do not afraid any big company like Google, like Baidu, like Yahoo somehow, and because you have real words from yourself.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And our last class is on next Tuesday, and the Zoom ID and the link are already shows on CrowLab. And don't forget, we have the presentation. It's a competition on April 30th. And if you miss a class, please don't worry. And you can find the class recording on CrowLab as well. And you can review if you want to anytime. And hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday night. And see you next week.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.